I did drink all of my water. Welcome. Probably should tweet. So I will do that because once again, we're. Let me make sure we have the right microphone. No, we do not. Now we should have the right microphone because I plugged it in. Welcome to the one person. I was about to say there better not be a moth in here. We will do the first sprint at 10, and we'll be doing 20-minute sprints tonight. So we love to see it. Welcome to the 3 people who are also awake. I mean, it's not that late currently. It will get late eventually. So there is that. That's been tweeted out again because I scheduled this at like 6 o'clock thinking that at 9 o'clock I would be more awake. That was some foolishness. But the plan was always for this to be... Let me take it back. When I said I was going to host reading sprints for this, I thought that I would be... Hello, Emily. I thought I'd be doing them like during the work week, where I don't get home till like 7 and they would have to be late at night. There was no reason that this had to be late at night on a Saturday. So I will take full responsibility for that one. But hello, Iris. Hello, Kelsey. Hello. Welcome. I said this when there was like 2 people here, but we'll do the first sprint at 10, and we will be doing 20-minute sprints tonight. Welcome. Hello. You love to see. I did not think there would be 10 people here. Welcome. Hello. You love to see everyone. I will be reading The Royal We just because it kind of fits the theme of Aaron's readathon. If you are not participating in the readathon, that is fine. We love to see people just reading in general. Hello. Feel free to let me know in the comment section what you will be picking up. So like I said, I'll be reading The Royal We. I thought about picking up Of Curses and Kisses and like trying to cheat and not really participate in the readathon, but it didn't feel right. So I'm going to try and participate. This book is 400 pages. I feel like we might be here until midnight my time. I think I can get this book done on stream. That would be lovely. I would love for this to get done on stream, but I feel like I'm lagging. This is weird. I'm not feeling this. Okay, let's see. We got Cemetery Boys, Mexican Gothic. I've heard good things about both of those. So Chamber of Secrets, that one definitely terrified me as a child. Hello, good morning. Happy to wake up with some reading sprints. Riot Baby. Who is it? I want to say Cassidy goes hard for this book. I want to say that, but I could be lying. I could just be making that up. From Blood and Ash. I feel like that's been making the rounds lately, and the sequel has all. I don't know. I think that's the first one that's like the red cover, and then like the sequel is like the white version. I don't know if I can trust Miss Armentrout. I don't know if I trust Jennifer. But I hope you were enjoying it. I don't know if you started yet. Feel free to let me know if you have. Catherine House, Mexican Gothic. Is this the second one? Yes, the second Mexican Gothic. But you've been reading A Song of Wraith and Ruin at night, so you might switch it up. Interesting. I haven't been reading anything. So... this is the ballroom book, right? That we were talking about yesterday. Maybe start Crave. You know, I wanted to read Crave. But then I was told not to. So I don't know where I stand on that one yet. Yes, it is the ballroom book. Maybe, I think like the third book is supposed to be coming, we're going back to Crave. I think the third Crave book is supposed to be out relatively soon. Although the cover teaser that I saw looks nothing like the other two covers, so I'm also kind of like, okay. But I am nothing if not a person who enjoys a good binge, so I'm not ruling it out entirely. But I don't know. Maybe. Oh, maybe not. I just know that Monet read Crave, and Monet said that she felt like she was losing brain cells. Like I don't think Monet had anything good to say about Crave. And like Monet and I don't always agree on books, but when I just hear really bad things about books, I'm just like, well, maybe not. Maybe not. Hello, welcome. Feel free to share with us what you'll be reading, if you'll be reading. Again, I understand that it's late. There was no reason this needed to be as late as it is. But like, did I run errands today? Kind of. Did I accomplish anything though? No, nothing was accomplished. So were errands really run? I don't know. So, but we're here now. We're going to read. I think Erin is doing some reading sprints tomorrow. It is 9:06 p.m. So it's not the latest I've done reading sprints. I think I did reading sprints at like 3 a.m. one time. Who told me that was a good idea? I'll never know. But that happened, I believe. Hello, Maya. Welcome. You love to see it. Feel free to share with us what you'll be reading during the sprint. If the Royal We is terrible, because I only read like the first 2 pages. I skimmed through the first 2 pages before deciding, sure, I'll read this on stream tonight. We'll just do our 4 and go. But if I'm enjoying the Royal We might do like a full longer time. You're reading Royal Assassin. Okay, we see Erin's influence here. Miss Robin Hobb. I believe. Watch it not be a Robin Hobb book, and I'm just out here making shit up. Would not be the first time. I think that the most dangerous thing about being on BookTube is that I hear all of the titles, and I have like vague ideas of like who the author is and what the cover looks like. But then, okay, it is, bless. But then, like, if this hadn't been Robin Hobb, I would have just made a fool of myself in front of 16 people. But still would have made a fool of myself. Just being super confident, like, oh, I know what that book is. I've heard of that book. and then it's very clear that I hadn't. So happy that wasn't the case this time. We have a minute and a half-ish until the first sprint, which again will be for 20 minutes. Yeah, because that's a sprint. I should not go into my complaints with Twitter sprints right now. But I just want to say, sometimes I be following readathon accounts and they be doing their little Twitter reading sprints. And they be like, let's read for an hour. And can I read for an hour? Yes. But I don't know if an hour is a sprint. That's all I have to say. And I feel like those are very common on Twitter. I'd be like seeing 40-minute sprints, hour sprints. And I'm like, I don't run. But why are we calling it a sprint? Like that's practically a marathon at that point. Like a 24th of somebody's day, not a sprint. I'm sorry. But that's all I have to say because I have like 20 seconds. Yes, that went live last week. And I love that book so much. And I have my copy. I would say I might reread it before the year is over, but that would be a lie. I don't need to lie to the people like that. But with that said, I have spoken. And we are at only being that small. We are at 10. So it's even more than a jog. Like that's an hour. Anyway, we are 2 minutes past. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut up. We're gonna get to the reading and then we can come back and collect our thoughts after. Okay, so that was 20 minutes. Welcome back. I got to page 28, so not that many pages were read, but we are, I'm kind of enjoying it. I don't quite know what to make of it yet. Definitely not enough. It's definitely enough for me to judge it, but it doesn't feel fair to judge it, so I won't just yet, but awfully close. A reading job. No, where was it? A reading stroll. I could go with the reading stroll. I just don't understand the purpose of an hour-long reading sprint. No. Yes, To Sleep in a Sea of Stars it's not that. Is it still out? It is. It's not that thick, but the pages are also like they're pretty thin. They're Bible thin. So it does have that going on here. And of course he's got bent. So let's fix that. I was gonna spray these edges this weekend, but that did not happen. So that's sad. Erin has shown up. She wanted to finish her book. I'm surprised she didn't finish it before she got here. Let's see. She was on page 450 like 10 minutes ago. So there was that. On page 67, Sarah has finished Catherine House. What did you think of it? Should we all read it? You're starting Sleeping Giants. I want to say someone else is supposed to be reading Sleeping Giants, not in the stream, but I was watching somebody's video and they mentioned it. 22 pages, and you're loving Cemetery. I've heard nothing bad about Cemetery Boys. So it's not encouraging me to pick it up because I only read like 3 pages, but I don't want to be that person. 6 pages, well, you love to see it anyway. 10, 16, another 10, 12, 15. You decided to start the 100,000 Kingdoms instead because it fits the royal prompts. That's true. That is accurate. I tried to read that in March. Was not for me. It's not for me. But I've heard nothing but good things. I just don't think N.K. Jemisin's for me. So we've talked about NK a couple of times on these streams. I don't think anyone's surprised. You're reading Gideon the Ninth, and you got 6 pages further into that. I know that Aaron, who is in the chat, really likes Gideon the Ninth. I personally have not read it. I did snatch up the audiobook for Harrow because it was a Libro FM advanced listener copy pick, and I was like, well, why not? Why not snatch it up? It's free. So I did snatch it up, but I have no plans to read. No plans to read Gideon anytime soon. If you go in expecting dark academia, then that's what you get. A thriller. However, if it isn't a thriller, however, it is not. It is slow. So 3 stars. I don't think I'll be picking up Catherine House. I already was disappointed when I saw that it looked like Such a Fun Age and Catherine House look like they're the same length. And that, I don't even think Such a Fun Age was low-key not long enough for me. So, but that's sad. Sad. Another 3 stars. Another 3 stars. So, but I haven't read it. I also don't think I've seen anybody give Catherine House 5 stars. Let me go on my Goodreads. Maybe we'll do the next sprint at 40, so in 5 minutes. Because we know that if I don't say when we're going to start this sprint, then I will just talk forever. And we won't read. So I'm going to look up Catherine House on Goodreads to see if anybody I know gave this book 5 stars. And I guess we'll talk about that for the next 5 minutes in case No one else has anything to offer. Goodreads, why is your search still so trash? Like, everyone trying to be leaving Goodreads and going like Booksloft or the other one. And I'm too lazy for all that. So I won't be leaving Goodreads. I don't really care about half stars enough to use a different platform. But their search really is not great. Let's see here. Let's just scroll through. No, literally nobody has given this more than 4 stars. And the 4-star was from a white person. All of the black people I know gave it 2 stars or 3 stars. So the ball how the okay. Did I already mark this as to read? I feel like I did, but let's just double check. Let's make sure. Let's see here. Is it on my want to read shelf? Don't ever mean anything though, because I never actually look at this shelf when I'm going to pick up books. It is not on my want to read shelf. So let me go grab this title and maybe if I add it to a wish list, I will remember to pick it up. But even that, do people look at their wish list when they go to buy books? I'd just be in the bookstore. I'd be like, oh yeah, I want to read that. And I will walk right on past it and pick up a book I never heard and buy that. Because to me, that just makes more sense. But we will add this to the want to read because why not? Why not? Why not? Maylist gave it 4 out of 4.5 or 5 stars. Okay, you're loving it. Shane gave it 3 stars. That's better than Angel Extravaganza is definitely a character. I mean, with a name like Angel Extravaganza, I would hope. Also, like completely unrelated, but I'm very much looking forward to Pose season 3. I don't know if I really be trusting anything that's being filmed during the pandemic. Like, I feel like I could wait so people aren't risking their lives to give me good television. But I just know that Pose season 3 is gonna be great. Electra, forever my favorite character. Forever my favorite. I feel like there was a moment in season 1 people wanted to hate on Electra. People really didn't like her. But I was there for everything Electra was doing. Like even when she was being like low-key a terrible house mother, I was still here for it. And I don't think that season 2 of Pose was iconic. You know what I can't really get into it because the next sprint is in like a minute. But in season 1, I really enjoyed me some Pray Tell. But in season 2, I was like, Pray Tell, you need to go. This man, right? I'm sorry, Billy Porter. Collect your check and please exit stage left. I need him gone. Maybe that I'm not gonna watch Pose, but it was so good. All of Electra's lines are iconic, but her line in season 2, I think it was like was it the season 2 finale? That was a moment. And then when they were they were in the Hamptons, another moment. Like, yes, it was iconic. Season 2 was so much better because I didn't have to there was no fucking Evan Peters, Kate Mara. I love Kate Mara, and I'm happy she got a paycheck, but I was happy not to have the white people. We will go back to this conversation after the sprint, so we will catch up, but we have to read. So I'm going to bring back the timer, and I'll see everyone in 20 minutes. Another 20 minutes has passed. Welcome back. I got to page 52. So we are reading consistently, if not, quickly over here in this house tonight. I don't understand what this book is at this point. It's like, I don't really know I don't hate it, but it's not what I thought it was going to be. It just kind of exists. But I like it. But let's see here. Angel and Blanca are fun. I do like Lil Poppy. Lil Poppy stole my heart in season 1. I do like Angel. Blanca be hit or miss, and then they be having Blanca sing, and sometimes I vibe with it, but mostly no. Yes, the table flips. Yeah, the monologues are great. Everything Elektra ever has said on that show is iconic. Print it on a t-shirt. I'm buying it. Okay, we'll do the next sprint at 15, so we're all on the same page before I start going into how many pages people read. Erin's book is still crazy. She's on page 508 now. Maya read 11 pages, got to page 78. We're on 28 pages, another 12. Erin's like trying to remember what happened on page 78 of Gideon the Ninth. 14 pages. Not Gideon the Ninth. Royal Assassin. I'm getting people's books all kinds of mixed up. Fitz. Isn't this the sequel? The sequel to that one book? You made 18 pages. That's clear. Also, let's mute notifications so I don't have to see that again. Boom, ba-doom, boom. Go away. Read 17 pages of Certain Dark Things by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. 5% into... I'm not going to remember the book, but happy we got to 5%. The can't... Even like, okay, so like one of the things I really hate in TV is when people do like back alley plastic surgery. Like they're like, I understand why it was included in season 1 for like narrative purposes. Was it Pose? I think they had like a moment. Or was that season 2? I understand. But bothers me. But the Candy episode in season 2, that was a lot. Not crushed, but it's like sad for him, like poor baby. 21 pages, 10 pages. Yes, it is the sequel. The sequel, that's a lot of times better. I didn't realize such a thing was possible. Yes, that's what I thought. Okay, that's what I was thinking of. I was thinking of She's Gotta Have It. And it... Like, I don't say that I get triggered, but watching people get back alley plastic surgery triggers me. It is... I have to, like... We need to evacuate the room. Well, on a ballroom scene... I already added this to my want to read, so I'm just going to have to leave it there. You're going to be crushed by the end. Sleeping Giants. Maybe after the next sprint, I will remember. I don't think a book has ever really broken me into pieces the way people be talking about books breaking them into pieces. Like, I did cry reading They Both Die at the End. I don't think I would cry now. I don't think that would happen. I did get really emotional at the end of Autobiography. That was a moment. I know people have a lot to say about Christina Lauren and her like fluctuating goodness in her writing, but they did something with Autobiography. That was a moment. Okay, I'm happy we're all thinking about She's Gotta Have It, because like I know that there was that in Pose, like I know there was like a similar situation, but in She's Gotta Have It, like I still haven't watched season 2. I still have not watched season 2 of She's Gotta Have It. And I kind of haven't watched it out of protest because I really wanted to see DeWanda Wise in Captain Marvel. And she didn't get to be in Captain Marvel because of She's Gotta Have It. But then we got Lashana Lynch. And Lashana Lynch, that was a moment. So conflicting opinions. Yeah, it was terrible to watch. I won't be rewatching season 1. It really, really is. Aaron really out here trying to make us relive it. So I'm just going to highlight this Autobiography comment, and we can go back to Autobiography because it was a hit. That was a moment. Like, oh, so good. And it's like the only Christina Lauren book I've read that I've read. But it's also like the only one I've read where I see other people talk about it and everyone else really liked it too. But maybe if I go on Goodreads, I can find a hater. Let's see. I just thought that was a really great book from start to finish. Shout out to them for that one. If they ever write another book like that, maybe I'll pick it up. But they seem to be doing their own thing. 3 stars. How do you say you have chills all over your body? Just wow, 3 stars. I need some elaboration. I feel like that review is a cliffhanger. Okay. I just want to scroll Goodreads. There we go. Literally everyone on this Goodreads is like, oh, somebody did give it a 1 star, but there's like no review. Okay. I can't. Like, the one person who gave it 1 star, like, they did leave a review, but they did talk about it in the comments. And it's like it got 1 star because they didn't like the romance in a romance, and they didn't think that the ending was realistic in a romance. Okay. If that's their best book, then I'm good. Like, I'm not picking up another one. I'll just reread Autobiography. I guess I'm kind of sad. I wish I had it in hardcover. My copy is paperback, but I can live. It is a cliffhanger review if you say that you have chills all over your body. Just wow, 3 stars. Like, what do you call that? What is that if not a cliffhanger? Like, also, how is it not like 1 star, no review? I know there are people who use Goodreads that really like don't fuck with like writing actual reviews. I was one of those people for a long time. But at this point, I'm like, if you don't just leave like a little paragraph, like 3 sentences that aren't a cliffhanger, what's the point? I recommend it. Like, is it the best book ever written in humanity? Like, no. But I do think it's a good book. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. It made me feel happy inside. And the ending, Iconic. I think autobiography is also one of those books that would be a cute little TV show. Not a TV show. I don't know if I need a whole season. Let's not give me an hour and a half Netflix. That's all I need. I mean, it's valid. Like, you don't have to write reviews, but because to be fair, I don't be reading reviews like that. But I think that I enjoy seeing that a review was left. Most of the people I was scrolling through didn't actually write a review. It was just rating. And so I think there were more people who just, like Aaron, it just says 5 stars. There ain't no review under Aaron. It just says booked and busy, 5 stars. So most people on Goodreads aren't leaving a review. Was like in a good way, a bad way? I haven't read Hot Dog Girl. I feel like there was, I want to say people were saying that it had like questionable representation, but I also was never trying to read Hot Dog Girl, so I don't really know what that situation was like, if that recollection is accurate, if that was some other book people were talking about. I mean, I think a lot of books would make cute little Netflix movies. So I would be very much here for a Netflix movie. I mean, writing reviews isn't a lot of people's ministries, but I think the part of the reason I like to write the review on Goodreads is I typically write it as soon as I'm done reading the book. So it's like all of my fresh thoughts and opinions. Sometimes I'll do that in like a Google Doc. People who like actually write reviews on Goodreads, who like actually like pull quotes and like format, that's not my ministry. I could never be on that level. But like just like a thought dump of everything that I thought while reading the thing, that I can do. I can give you that. So that's typically what my reviews are. And then if I want to actually film a video, I can just read my book. I can read the review. And that's how you wind up with hour-long. Well, that's how we don't wind up with hour-long like docile reviews. Is by writing firsthand. The main characters had so many failed shenanigans, and it was hilarious. Okay, so let me look into Hot Dog Girl. I'm just gonna open it on Goodreads. I'm not gonna add it, although I think it would be the time, because I think because Goodreads just pushed a tweet, if I were to add this one, it wouldn't tweet, so people wouldn't know that I was adding it. Sarah just rates. I mean, it's not that you're invalid. Ooh. First rating on this is a 2-star, and then a 3-star, and then a 2-star. And I don't go to the library. I need to, though. I need to get a library card. So I can have physical books, but that has not happened yet. But we have like 30 seconds till the next sprint. So if you need to get some water, now would be the time. Not 1 minute when it's 40. It's like 20 seconds now. We got 20 seconds. This is the third sprint of the night. I thought I was really going to finish this book. It ain't going to happen. At this rate, I'll be happy to get to page 100. So we got 2 more sprints. One literally starting right now. So let me open up the timer so we can get to some reading. I'll see y'all after. Okay, so that was 20 minutes. I got to page 80, which is again like another 20 pages. Definitely nowhere near 400. So, what was I going to do? No, this one. It's not. I'm not reading 400 pages tonight, and it's okay. This book, The Royal We by Heather Cox and Jessica Morgan, I don't know what it has on Goodreads. Let's do some browsing, shall we? Let's see here. I feel like people did not like this book, and it has a 3.82, which is pretty high. I'll give it to them. But I don't. Let's see what my friends gave it. Let's see here. 4 stars, and then literally only one person has read this. 3 stars, 5 stars, 4 stars. This book is weird. So I don't know. It's odd. Well, we have one more sprint, which we will do. I'm thinking 45. At 45, we will do our last 20-minute sprint. So hopefully that helps you put a dent in your pages. Erin read 30 pages. Sarah read another 12. She's at 12%. 90 pages. On page 92, not read 92 pages. That would be very impressive. Read 9 pages. You've read 11 pages. We got 20, 21. Okay. I don't know who's that active at 10:37, but go for it, I guess. You got 16 pages read. Congratulations. But yeah, The Royal We is... This book is just written in such an odd way that I have a hard time I don't want to say a hard time understanding, but like a hard time seeing if like I like it or if I don't like it. And like I can't, it's weird. Not reading tonight, but hello. Welcome. You love to see the support. You read 18 pages. Like, I don't understand the point of the... I low-key don't understand the point of the book. And I say that even though it's like very, like the prologue very much sets up like a cliffhangery. What was her name? Bex did something, and we don't know what she did. And now we're seeing their like... I don't want to say romance, but like we're seeing their relationship from like the beginning moving forward. But like I wanted something more, I think. I wanted like lush descriptions or like messy drama, and that is not here. So I'm also confused about how this is a duology. I find that very confusing. I don't like. I understand. Like I know what the. I don't know. So I hope your books are going better than this book, because this... I don't want to say it's not it, but at this point, I don't think I would be in a rush to recommend it. So that's where I'm at. Like I said, we will do the next sprint in 5 minutes. It will be the last sprint. And I think Erin is here now. I don't think Erin was here when I said this the first time. But I believe Erin is hosting sprints tomorrow, so people can finish the Royal Readathon off strong. If I just made that up and like invented seeing that tweet, then we can all pretend it didn't happen. There's only 22 of y'all here. So like it's not that many. I won't have embarrassed myself in front of everybody, but I think I saw that. Let's see here. I know you said you weren't going to read Gideon, but like, I said it wasn't in my immediate future. Not in my immediate future at all. So maybe at some point. I don't have it. It's just not really a genre that I'm aching to get to. I don't really know if I need fantasy in space. I don't know if I need that. But I haven't read it. I know Aaron likes it for asking. I know Aaron liked it, but I have not. I wouldn't say that I would DNF the Royal We. I just like, for what it is, like for the story so far, and like I have seen, like I said, I have seen that there is a sequel, and I think the sequel is supposed to be like the Fallout, but like it took them 5 years to write it. So like, is there really some dramatic falling out? I don't think so. Also hosting sprints tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So if y'all want some more sprints, make sure you go check them out. I might be there. I might just be there to support. I don't know if I'll actually be reading. What is it? We are now on the 19th. I haven't finished anything. I'm supposed to be finishing like a book every 2 days to get through everything I need to get through, and that has not happened. So what's I do here? Maybe if I ever get to it. It's just not something I'm really rushing to read. Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's a book that's really meant for everyone. But maybe it is. Speaking of sci-fi, Skyward was kind of a flop. You loved the story and the characters, but you hated the sci-fi parts. Wasn't that by Brandon Sanderson? Yeah, that Skyward was the Sanderson book, and then the other one was the Kaufman book. Look, I don't know if I actually want to read young adult sci-fi. I haven't read any young adult sci-fi that I think really slaps. I know people really love Illuminate. I thought that those two books I read Illuminate and Gemina, and it was the same book recycled, and I thought both times it was trash. Then I read Brightly Burning, and I thought that was also a flop. And so I don't know if young adult sci-fi is for me, because they don't ever give me the things that I want from a sci-fi. So I haven't picked up any, but I definitely never picked up Skyward, because there's something about Brandon Sanderson. Like, everyone has something really good to say about him, and that always makes me nervous based on who I am. You just finished Illuminate. Did you like it? Because I thought I just said I didn't like it. Yeah, like Illuminate just wasn't for me. Like, it was cute, but it didn't work for me. And then Gemina was literally the same book, and I was like, this is the same book. I will say that Gemina, I would give a higher rating, like it's a 1.2. Because Gemina had illustrations by Marie Lu, and I really liked her illustrations. I thought they were really nice, and I think that we should get to, I've never read a Marie Lu book, so like maybe her books also have her illustrations, but I think that she should I know I said we were going to do this at 45, but I don't want to keep talking, so I'm going to push it to 50. I'm sorry, but I'm not actually all that sorry. You like sci-fi, and you should write adult. Like, maybe his adult stuff is better, but Skyward just did not appeal to me. I liked it, but it was confusing. I didn't think it was going where it went. I think that the part that, like, I think that Illuminae was nice because it was quick to get through. My biggest issue with Illuminae was all of the parts, because most of the book is like the little chat logs, which is fine. Like the surveillance descriptions where it was supposed to be like we were watching the surveillance tape, but through like a transcribist. But the transcribist was like taking all of these liberties that I think were supposed to be like fun and quirky and like cute. And I just hated it. I was like, this person needs to be fired. Y'all need to find somebody. Like, get out. No. See, I also see this a lot. And so I was like, maybe I should try the audiobook for Obsidio because why not? And I tried listening, and we had like a full cast going on. No, not for Monty. I am not fucking with the full cast narration. No. And not only was it a full cast narration, there was like sound effects, and I was just like, no. I understand some people really fuck with that. Like they really like the immersive atmosphere it gives you. It's almost like a radio drama from like the 40s or something. No. My brain is not fucking with. I need one narrator, maybe two if it's like alternating perspectives. That's fine. But like, no. I'm not surprised. Like I said, I'm not surprised because Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff only had one plot and they kept recycling it. So I'm not surprised they recycled it for a third time. Yesterday, I was live yesterday. Usually I don't do like back to back. So one moment. I talked about how it was wild to me that like book Twitter did not come for Taylor Jenkins Reid. And I think it's crazy that they let Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman get away with writing the same book twice. I didn't read Obsidio, so I won't speak on that. But they wrote the same book twice, and they hyped up the series. And what? Okay, y'all be dragging people for unoriginality, but they wrote the same book twice. Like you bought the same book twice. Like, okay, that's y'all favorite. Go for it. I have Warcross and Wildcard by Maria Lu. You might read those in November. I think I have an arc. It might just be a sampler. I haven't opened it. An e-arc of, what was it, Sky Hunters by Maria Lu. I don't know if it's good, but I have that. I don't think I'm going to read it anytime soon. Probably won't read it before it comes out. I'm going to be that person. The cover is pretty, and I've heard nothing but good things about Maria Lu's writing. I know people really liked that Legend trilogy she wrote a couple years back, which is probably more like 5 years ago at this point. I tried reading it. It was not for me, but I've heard good things. Yeah, it was the sound effects that killed it for me. Yeah. I think that's why I also tried listening to Daisy Jones and the Six. I read that last year, and then this year I saw that like the audiobook was available and I didn't have to wait an obscenely long time for it, and I tried listening and I had to stop, and I was like, y'all were praising this. Again, I'm happy for y'all. Like, I'm happy that there is audio out there that y'all fuck with, but multiple narrators for me and those kinds of situations, no, not for me. Book Twitter is an interesting place, and I'm happy that these authors were able to like finesse their way to not getting canceled for this stuff. But I am also amazed. Like, I would not love writing a book. But if I were to write a book and I could just write the same book 2 more times and sell it to people, would love that. That I do agree. But it is 50, and I already pushed it once. So this is the last sprint. We're going to end this strong, and then we'll come back in, like talk for like 15 minutes or something. But see you on the other side. That was foolishness. But I made it to page 117 during our last sprint. So looking forward to hearing how everyone else fared. This was right before right before I got to the last page that I was on, we did like a 2-year time jump into part 2, which was fine with me considering where we ended part 1. But yeah, I don't think this book is for everybody. I see why this never really blew up. Well, also this book came out 5 years ago. I was not really paying attention to what was happening on the adult side of books 5 years ago, but I can understand why this has a niche audience. You got to page 105. Oh, 1 second. Hello. You got to page 105. I am reading The Royal We by Heather Cox and Jessica Morgan, which is the first book in the Royal We. I think it's just a duology at this point. The second book came out earlier this year, The Air Affair. But this is the story of an American girl and the prince falling in love. Prince of England. I say the prince is like that's supposed to mean something, but it's fine. It's just fine. We got 28 pages, but a lot of them are blank. You hate to hear it. I am probably going to end this at 20, so in 8 minutes. We will call it a day so everyone can get some rest or go about the start of their day, whatever time zone y'all are in. You read 20 pages. You probably read 80 pages altogether. That's nice and impressive. That's a sizable dent. I read all of the things I read on the stream, except for like 2 pages, like 115 pages I read on stream, which I will take. 16%. See, people are already falling asleep, so that's how you know it's time to wrap it up. So if you have things you would like to talk about for the next 8 minutes, I am here for that. Afterwards, as always, I will be on Twitter. I don't ever leave. I just be quietly scrolling through the timeline. So you managed over 60 pages. Congratulations. See, everyone's making progress. And that's what you like to see. I think Aaron is just still reading, or maybe Aaron fell asleep. I guess I can close this tab. Which is what you love to see. Iconic behavior. Okay. But I read 115 pages. You love to see it. I don't know if this has really motivated me to keep reading. I don't know. Good night. Have good dreams and all of that. I'm still waiting for a book to hook me because To Sleep in a Sea of Stars hooked me from the beginning. How It All Blew Up hooked me from the beginning. But I also don't have time for a book to hook me because I still need to read my book club pick of Curses and Kisses, and I need to read Malice, and I need to read City Girls. So, not City Girls. That's a rap duo. City of Girls. So like those 3 books have to get read, so I don't really have like time to like hook me. But this was like a fun detour. It was a fun little side thing that I went down. But I wish it had hooked me. So I probably will not be picking up The Royal We tomorrow, which is probably a good thing that I stopped where I did at the beginning of a new part in a new time. Trying to start Lobozona next. Isn't that the werewolf? It's like a werewolf story. I want to say that when this was like months ago now, Bookfest in bed. I want to say Ramina Garber was on talking about Lobozona, and it made me really want to buy it and like read it. That did not happen. I did not buy it. I have not read it, but it did sell it to me. So I will be looking out for that. You're gonna go make dinner, go to sleep. Good night. Have a good time. I mean, I probably would too. I would look into it. I have faith in Curses and Kisses. Please, I am gonna have faith too. I haven't heard anybody talk about it. I haven't searched out discussions of this book, which maybe I should have. Maybe I should have, but I have a feeling it'll be good. Even though like I said, I've seen nobody talk about it. I've seen nobody hype it up. So I'm gonna hope and pray that when I'm reading it, I will have not seen hype because BookTube is questionable. You didn't buy it, somebody gifted it to you. Gifted books, people send me a lot of books for my birthday. When I say a lot, I think I got like 6 books. And I appreciate it. But I definitely look at those books and I'm like, they were on my wish list. Like they were things I claimed to want to read, but I have yet to touch them. And I feel bad because I'm like, when I spend my money on the thing and I don't read it, it don't matter to me. Like I will happily buy a book thinking I'm going to enjoy it and then be looking at the synopsis like this was a different person that wanted to read this book. I've changed and will happily unhaul it. And even sometimes with books that were sent to me, I'm like, I'm not going to like this. I'm going to unhaul it. But there's something about those books that were specifically sent to me this year. I'm just kind of like, I should read you. Like, we should take those off the shelf. But also, since my move, like, I used to be like the king of like just read when you're on the go doing things. And I just have not been reading on the go when I'm doing things. So no reading has been getting done. So we need to be working on a new reading schedule. I mean, that's how I pick books. Like I want to read these things. So that's what I'm going to hold up in a Friday Reads or like a TBR video, which we can see how that TBR video is turning out. Like we predicted the future here. But the guilt is still real. Like I will happily go through life reading the things that I want to read. But yeah, I do feel bad. I'm like, somebody worked hard for this money that they spent and sent me this thing. And now I'm like, I don't want it. Bye. Unhaul. Although, to be fair, none of the books that actually got received I want to unhaul. I just look at them like, I want to read you, but do I want to read you now? So, I've been sticking to it. I think the Royal We was like briefly mentioned in that TBR video. To Sleep in a Sea of Stars was on there. We got it done. How It All Blew Up was on there. We got it done. But everything else that was on that TBR, I have like picked up, read a few pages and was like, I don't want this anymore. Or I thought I had sent the arc of Surrender Your Sons to my Kindle from NetGalley. Apparently did not do that, and that was archived. And I'm like, now I have to buy it, but neither my local independent bookstore or the Books a Million have it. So I'm like, is it on the TBR at this point? I don't know. But it is that time. It is TB 10 days. There's like 6 books I gotta get done in the next 10 days. It ain't happening. Some of them might get done. Like Malice and Of Curses and Kisses and City of Girls. Like those books, like those 3 are a higher priority than like everything else that was on there. But we'll see. They can be, which is why I tried to move away from them and I tried not to promise content. But the Monty that was alive in August was like, let's make a September TBR video. Let's do it. It'll be fun. And that was a lie. It was a lie. The Monty that was alive in August was like, promise these people some reading vlogs. Bitch, where? What am I? Why would I promise a vlog? So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. I can't either. It definitely feels like a lie. This is. Where was the time? Yeah, I definitely thought you were out here finishing that. But I said I was going to leave here at 20, and it is now 21. I don't like odd numbers, so I will end this at 25. So we have roughly 4 minutes to continue to talk, but this time I will leave because I'm not going to say it's late, but it is almost midnight for me. And I don't know who this man is. Usually I'm asleep at this time, but I'm wide awake. I can't either, but can we get through them, please? Can we get through them successfully? That's what I would like. They really are. They just be out to get you. Like, they be setting you up for failure, and they know they're doing it. Like, when I made that TBR video, I think I said in that video I was setting myself up. Like, we were out here playing. Like, I was playing myself with this. But we still did it. We played the game, and we lost. We lost. I mean, it's not everything that's happened to me in 2020 has been terrible. Like, for me personally. For the world, if we seized... I mean, I done lived through the end of the world multiple times. You know, I survived Y2K, Baby Monty, got through it. 2013, 2012, we got there. Trump's presidency is the lighting at the tunnel. I hope so. I hope it's at the end of the tunnel. I hope the tunnel don't get longer. I don't fuck with the tunnel. I think I talked about that on stream. I do not fuck with tunnels. Irrational fears. I do not want to drive through a mountain. No, thank you. Like, whoever, I understand the purpose of a tunnel. Tunnels and bridges, no, I'm good. And I will not read them. All of those, I don't really have any interest in reading the nonfiction about 2020, and I don't have any interest in reading. There's a short story collection of quarantine love stories. Cute, get your bag. I won't be reading. I won't be purchasing. No, thank you. Why would I want that? No. I don't know who would read it. Why? I have no doubts that books will be written about it. People be writing books about everything. But again, why did I re-traumatize myself? What is there to gain? Nothing. What? I mean, let me say there's nothing to gain. I'm sure you could gain something. You would gain some insight onto some other garbage fire that was happening while we were looking at the dump truck on fire. Sure. But no, thank you. I'll let someone else read that one. It won't be me. I mean, truly. So far I've succeeded in getting through all of these disasters. So I'm just gonna keep holding on to good luck, good vibes. I don't know, but it is 25, and I said I was leaving, so I'm actually I'm actually leaving this time. Thanks for coming out to do reading sprints with me. I will see you guys again soon with some more reading sprints because we just established there are 10 days and I have books to get through. So I'm going to say good night, rest well, get all of that fun time, and bye. Thanks for coming out.